What's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Santo G. Back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect above all. So today, I wanted to just pretty much give you guys the homie's perspective of what happened when the Wood and the homie got down. I already told you guys what happened with the Woods, them removing the old man with the cane, and then the old man with the cane politicking on the people that moved on him, and then them moving on them. So in the middle of all that going on with them, with us, you know what I mean, something needed to happen too. A homie and a Wood getting down, we can't just let them take out old boy and then we don't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? So the way everything transpired, it was pretty much, they were saying that the Wood took off on the homie, so the homie was just defending himself type shit. And it ended up being two homies packed them out. So with that said, we just ended up having like a little junta, and we just came to the understanding that, hey, look, the homies was just doing what they had to do. It was a grumpy old man. He was mad at the homie, and he took flight on the homie, was swinging the cane at him, so he got packed out. So now a couple of days go by, and we're outside, and I'm talking to the homie that has that building. So I'm telling him like, hey, what's up with old boy? You know what I'm saying? The one that got down with the Wood, because we let him pass because he said what he said, right? But he hadn't been going out to yard. It had been like a week. He hadn't even showed his face at yard, not once. So we're like, what's up with old boy? You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to come to yard. Like, tell him he needs to start programming. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's this much away from getting boobop. You know what I'm saying? And my bunkie had just been boobop and removed. So everybody was like kind of walking on eggshells. You know what I'm saying? Anytime somebody gets boop, removed, it's like it gives everybody a little awakening of remembering where you're at. So everyone is walking on eggshells. So by us telling the homie to go pretty much get on old boy just to start programming, I didn't know that old boy wasn't coming out to yard because he was on a sick one. He was up for like 3-4 days. You know what I mean? So the homie goes, he talks to him. The next day we go out to yard. I go out to yard, and bullshit you not, that whole building 2 where that homeboy was at, that whole building was on the bleachers. That whole building, they were like, I want to say at least like 15 to almost 20 deep. You know what I'm saying? But like right there on the bleachers. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit, the whole building. And I see them right there, you know, like antsy, like they're like on a little ball. The bleachers is full, they're in front of the bleachers in like a little ball. So I'm walking over there, and then I get at poison like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, that fool said he's gonna get at that fool, you know? Not me, the homie that has the yard, you know what I'm saying? He said he's gonna get at that fool, like, ooh, like what? Why? Yeah, he said that he's tripping. Like, what you mean? Like, what you mean tripping? Why? All you had to do was go tell him to program, my boy. He's like, huh? Well, I told him that you guys said that the next time he fucks up, he's gonna get boobot. Like, what the fuck? Like, why'd you even threaten him? That was for only you to know. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was only for you to know. Like, next time he fucks up, you know, he's just gonna get hands laid on him. Like, you didn't have to go scare him and tell him that. So that's what he did, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you guys need to be careful who you have in play for you, you know what I'm saying? Because a conversation that we had in private should have never got to him. All he was supposed to go tell him was, hey, you need to start going out to yard, you need to start programming. That's it. So, boom. Next thing you know, I'm talking to the homie, and I see the homie that has the yard right there, right? And that fool goes up to him, next thing you know, boom, 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 boom. They start flighting him. I'm like, fuck. I see the homie, my boy Green Eyes from Paco and my Paxton, you know what I mean? I see the homie run over there, start helping him. So I'm like, fuck. That was my boy, like, that was my boy right there, you know what I mean? So once I see him, boom, take off, I'm just like, fuck. I start running over there, and now it's me, and it's the homie Villain from Orange County. Because the homie Villain and him were going at it, so I come in the back. Boop, boop, boop. And then now we square off, and then he runs. Boom, he ends up running, and I look, and bullshit you not, it's a whole melee. it ended up being like, on our side it was only 5 people, on their side it was like 15 people. So it ended up being building 2 versus 5 of us, versus the homies that had the buildings, the homie that had the yard, and then my boy Green Eyes. You know what I mean? So we're right there, boop, 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 boop. Squad comes, everything. They start throwing bombs, everything. As soon as I see all that, I just run and I get down like boom. You know what I'm saying? I blend in. By where the pull-up bars are at, there's people right there, and I just blend in. I get down like, you know what I'm saying? I'm barely, I still have that knife case hanging over me. So right after I see all that, that's the first thing that came to my mind was like, fuck. If I get caught and I go to the back and that fool sees me, he's gonna fucking send me across the street. He's gonna really give me a shoe turn. So I'm like, fuck. So I just run and I blend in. And I end up blending in because they end up like in the middle of the yard. Like it ends up being a group over here fighting, a group over there in the middle of the yard. And I just end up blending in with the people that were working out. So I end up staying. They all end up going to the back. And then lo and behold, a few months later, once everything calms down and all that, I end up getting boop, bow, bow, bow. I end up getting removed on B yard, and I go to F yard. When I land on F yard, guess who I see? The homie Villain from Orange County that I went at it with. Shout out my boy Weddle, you know what I mean? The one that did my daughter's name and my son's name. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My boy Weddle, if you see this, let him know in the comments how Villain was mad. My boy Weddle is actually the one that pretty much got us to sit down and talk. If it wasn't for my boy Weddle, I don't think I would have ever like hashed things out with the homie Villain. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even nothing, I didn't even have nothing against him, or he didn't have nothing against me. It was just he had homeboys back, and of course I gotta have the homie that has the yards back because I'm right there and play for him. So it was just nothing personal, it was just business. The only thing he told me is that he was mad that I skirted off to the side and I didn't go to the back. You know what I'm saying? But I told him my version of things, why I skirted, you know what I'm saying? So we ended up, you know what I mean, just shaking hands, and I ended up embracing him before he left home, you know what I'm saying? But that was one where, as far as what happened from the wood and the homie getting down, you know what I'm saying? And lack of communication, pretty much. I want to say lack of communication, because if we would have never disclosed that to the homie that had that building, that the next fuck up he was going to get boo-bop, everything would have been good. By us even disclosing that to him and trusting him with that information, that was our bad. You know what I'm saying? And he got stepped down and got replaced quick, because that right there, you know what I'm saying, it's not supposed to happen. But, you know what I'm saying, it happened. I just wanted to share it with you guys, another war story for this Friday night special. I know yesterday in the video I said Friday night special. I had lost the day. I'm recording this today on Thursday for Friday. I thought I was recording on Wednesday for Friday, man. I had lost the day. But shout out Killer Kush. Shout out you guys, man. If you guys want to know anything else, tap into the comments. Let's get it, man. Unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, it's your boy Santo G.